They say that at one time or another, about 80% of folks will suffer from low back pain. That's just about everybody. In fact, you may be sitting there in discomfort right now watching this segment. So let's talk to Dr. Teresa Larson, our good friend here, and Anders Varner, a strength coach. Yeah. You probably see this all the time in your work in athletics and so forth, but that would probably be more injury related.
Yes. So Coach Anders has worked with a lot of people with low back pain too. I work on the more clinical side, but the thing is, people come to us with these medical diagnoses of bulge disc. I have a bulge disc. I have sciatica. I have an old spondylolisthesis. I have a stiff back. And the thing is, they get scared behind that diagnosis.
Right.
Like, they are fearful of moving. Yeah. And we are all about empowering people to help themselves. And we get so frustrated with the fact that they're told to rest, take pain meds, and not do anything. And that's the problem, right? That's what's killing our country, is that sedentary lifestyle.
It's not going to get any better by sitting around on the couch. And Anders, I was telling you off camera here, on San Diego Living, when we used to put out the call for people with back pain to call in, and we had some special offers for them, we get 40, 50 calls every single time we put that invitation out there. So it's such a widespread problem.
Well, you brought up the athletics earlier, and so many people focus on this performance side of things, and what we're focused on is getting people to be able to do those things. Like, how do we get back into the gym? How do we live pain-free? How are we going to take somebody that's on the couch, scared, doesn't really know what the future looks like, because you wake up, you're in pain, you're going to your specialist, it's 3 days a week, you're getting dinged on all the bills, insurance, all this. Like, is there a plan that we can put together where you're going to be able to live pain-free, balance your body out? And that's kind of how we got together.
So you two are partnered up now for an initiative to really help people with this. And of course, you're not going to go against what their doctor is advising, but you're going to work with that diagnosis and say, hey, here's what you can do.
So the medical diagnosis, basically, it says where the problem is, but the cause of that problem is, the doctor isn't going to really give that to you. Your medical doctor won't say, well, your hip mobility is really jacked up, or your thoracic mobility sucks. Like, that's where we come in and say, okay, of all of these the low back pain, kind of putting it all together, there are problems, major problems that we see, common problems above and below the joint. There's either too much motion, too little motion. There is a cause to this low back pain, and we're going to figure it out. And that's why we devised this program, because we know that most of the low back injuries, actually 96% of these back injuries, can be prevented. And you don't have to go to a doctor to tell you to rest, right? If you know how to help your body, how to start mobilizing, how to start moving better, how to start doing the right strength training, that's very empowering. Gets you off the couch, gets you enjoying your family, gets you living your life. And we don't feel that you should be, we feel that we can empower people.
You know, it's interesting, too, that the back pain doesn't originate necessarily where the pain is.
Yeah. Right.
There's other things going on in the body, and that's what you guys specialize in.
Yes.
It might be clear on the opposite side of the body and a quadrant away.
Yes.
And that's really like the base of the program, is this structural balance thing. Like, we can't even dig into, when people come in, we've had hundreds of people, they come in, they say, I have X, X, and X. This is what my doctor told me. Well, in our brains, it doesn't matter at some level. Like, we're going to help that acute problem, but on a more global system, we need to figure out where the imbalance is. How do we turn your glutes on? How do we turn your hamstrings on? How do we find like a global position that we can develop strength so that we can live pain-free, and then we can deal with the acute problems. But if we have movement problems, if we have problems that we can just look at you and you sit all day, your shoulders are rounded, our spine is constantly in this
I feel like I'm
position.
being judged right now. Even
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Well, let's talk about that for a second, because most folks are maybe sitting, watching this segment right now. Mm-hmm. They could be sitting in a way that's causing their back pain, or at least exacerbating it.
Yeah, I mean, sitting, so there is an appropriate way to sit, but to be honest...
I'm not going to be comfortable until you tell me what it is.
You know, we talked about man spreading before, right?
Right.
Or lady spreading, just not wearing a skirt when you're doing that. But you're driving your knees out, your pelvis is in a more neutral position, your rib cage is drawn gently down, so you're not kind of overextended,
right,
you know, or overly flexed. But the thing is, every 30 minutes, people should be up and moving, because that's when tissues start to turn off. those tissues that protect the spine turn off at minute 30. And we know that research-wise. So,
well, do they fatigue? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
You're sitting there and they're trying to protect you. After about 30 minutes, they go, you know what? I'm tired.
And then you continue to sit for 8 hours. Then you want to go to the gym or go play with your kids or go do your sport. And your back automatically is like, well, sorry, dude or lady.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to protect you because you've been sedentary and shut off the entire day.
So at least get up and walk around.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And how many people have just gone to this standing desk thing? Well, people don't know how to stand now. They're not.
So that's not necessarily a solution either.
There's no like perfect solution to it until we understand and can like make that connection with our body of ribs down, squeeze your glutes, roll your shoulders back and down, find a global position.
Well, if I'm concentrating on all that, I can't get any work done.
There you go.
Well,
that's way more than my brain can handle.
If we practice it enough, it becomes the default.
That's the point.
Big thing.
It's a lifestyle choice, right? Being in pain, while it's common, it's not normal. And I want people with low back pain to know that, because when you've been in pain long enough, you just feel like, well, this is part of getting old, this is part of my life. And it's not.
And it's not. And I couldn't agree with you more. And I've found that in this work that Linda and I have been doing, just getting back in shape and working the full body, everything feels better. Yeah. I might be tired or a little sore after a workout, but it's that good kind of tired and sore. Yes. So how do folks get in touch with you? I know that, again, your phones are going to ring off the hook with folks that want help. So what do they do?
So you can find us on thelowbackfix.com.
Thelowbackfix.com.
Yep.
That's so easy. Guys, thank you so much for coming in this morning. Again, it's great to see you. And Linda,
good to see you too.
You should be up walking around during this segment. You should just be sitting there.
Every 30 minutes, you guys just stand up and squeeze your glutes. You know, that's all you got to do.
She looked at me like, oh no, what? All right, coming up here. Aloha.